Okay, here's a wedding one.
Yay.
Am I the asshole for letting my son get fast food and bring it into a wedding reception? My son, 22 male, is a picky eater. My cousin was getting married and had a lovely reception with a nice buffet. Johnny, I guess that's the son, wasn't a fan of what was served to him, so I let him leave and get some food. Word spread amongst our family where he was going, and a few people asked him to bring things back, so he did. We are at a table near the dance floor, and you could probably smell it there, but nobody in our immediate family had a chance problem, even the bride and groom. Apparently, the venue and the family of the bride were appalled, and I don't understand why. It was a great party, but he wanted something different, and other people did too. So, am I the asshole? Edit, he's 22 years old and in college. He has no medical issues. He just has a limited palate. When I said I let him, I meant I let him take my car since we all rode together. Further edit, the food was served buffet style, a nice soup, salad, tenderloin, barbecue beef, pasta, and a few other selections. It was actually really good for wedding food. Everyone else who partook in the fast food did so because, well, it was there and it tasted good. They didn't have a problem with the venue's food. Also, as some people said, 1 or 2 chicken bones did end up in the floor on the venue. That was unfortunate. Okay. I feel like she's not the asshole for letting her son go get his own thing, but to make it like this group experience is just a little much. Like, I totally get that an individual here or there has a limited palate, like she says, and I don't think it's disrespectful for him to quietly leave for a few minutes, go and get his own thing, come back, maybe eat it alone, come back, rejoin the party. Don't make a scene. Don't tell people what you did, because I think it could come off as disrespectful.
Right.
But the fact that they were like taking orders, they made it this huge thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like that might come off as disrespectful, because when people host a wedding, they pay so much money for this food.
Yes.
And if all of these people are choosing fast food over what they paid tens of thousands of dollars for, that could be very hurtful and disrespectful. And I would get it even more if it was children. But for a 22-year-old to be like making a scene like that, I feel like that's a bit much. And luckily the bride and groom didn't have a problem with it. But if I was the bride, I mean, maybe the bride and groom were like, I don't care what they do. They can do their own thing. I'm going to enjoy my wedding. Right. That's fine. I do still think it's a bit disrespectful to make it this huge thing. I feel like the correct thing, if your son really didn't want to eat any of that food, was to go quietly, do his own thing, tell people he's going to the bathroom or going to the car to grab something, or just don't say anything. Just leave, do your thing, come back, don't say anything.
My younger brother has been a picky eater in the past. His palate has more variety now, but
he was like bread and mac and cheese.
Yes, yeah. And there was one wedding where I think we asked the kitchen if they had chicken tenders or something like that, because you could assume they probably had something to accommodate children.
Yeah.
So he did end up getting like chicken tenders, and he was able to eat with the rest of like the guests at the reception, which was nice. I don't know if this was him or if I'm just like making this up, but I feel like another time we might have gone somewhere ahead of time before the reception and gotten him something, and he ate it ahead of time.
Yeah.
So I think to like bring the food in is like kind of taboo. Like, it's as if you're bringing stuff into like a restaurant.
Yeah.
It's like just, I think that's just kind of like a no-no. Like,
yeah.
And especially at an event like a wedding where you've paid so much, especially per head for this food. Like, I would be a little bit insulted if I was the family. It is nice that the bride and groom didn't care. They probably could not care less because they're just enjoying their day, and I've heard that that's what it's like on your wedding day. Like, stuff can go wrong and you just don't care because you're just
having fun.
Yeah, you're just happy to have your wedding. Like, the bare bones of the story, like him not wanting the food and getting his own food, that I think that's fine.
Right.
I don't think that's disrespectful. He doesn't like the food. Like, there's really nothing like that he could do about it or that anyone else could do about it, so he solved the problem. But the way he went about it is just a little, and like the way that everyone went about it is a little questionable.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do a group order like that, make it like an after party type of a thing.
Right.
Don't do it like at
during
dinner.
Yeah.
And don't let your chicken bones fall onto the dance floor.
Oh my God. OP goes, that was unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's a little rude to be dropping your chicken bones.
Imagine you just like step back in your heel and you just snap a chicken bone like under it. No, thank you. Like, where did that come from, too? Like, you had tenderloin for dinner?
Yeah, you know what? It's one thing to get fast food during a wedding. It's another thing to take a group order for you and all your extended family. But I think where it crosses the line is when you throw your chicken bones onto the dance floor and you don't take accountability. And what you say is, yeah, that was unfortunate.
Oh, that's
It was, wasn't it? It was very unfortunate. And that's why everyone thinks you're an asshole now.
Yes.
I will say, when I was younger, I did not like wedding food. And I asked my parents if I could get fast food during a wedding reception. And they said no. And my aunt was like, yeah, just go get it. And my parents did not let me. And I didn't miss anything, honestly. It was fine. I ate probably like the mashed potatoes and the side of whatever.
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah. This buffet at this wedding seemed pretty good. Yeah, I feel like it could have been handled better. So I would say asshole.
Yeah, sorry.
I love this.